Whether we like it or like it a lot, stress has become part of everyday living. And many times, we need something sweet or savory to help us deal with it. And so I am making 3 comfort dishes that will help us keep our sanity during times of stress. My beef pumpkin pie celebrates the warmth and familiarity of home with the rustic flavors of pumpkin and the savory taste of beef. Fusilli alla vodka is a sophisticated comfort pasta dish high on creamy flavor, and it's a dish that grown-ups and even kids will certainly enjoy. My quick cheesecake is the fastest authentic cheesecake you will ever make, and in 10 minutes or less, you'll see how I can even manage to make 3 kinds of cheesecake. I'm Ralph Guzman. Join me as I wipe out stress with 3 comfort dishes that are quick, easy, and most importantly, delicious. This is the easiest, quickest way to make authentic cheesecake at home, and I am going to show you how you can make not just 1 but 3 kinds of cheesecakes in about 10 minutes. And we start with making the crust first, and what you will need for your 2 cheesecakes is Graham crackers. You'll need about 4 pieces of Graham crackers, and what I will do is to put these Graham crackers in the food processor. And to bind your crust, I will need about 2 teaspoons of sugar. I'll also be needing about 2 teaspoons of butter. And what we'll do now is to crush the Graham crackers. Temporarily set aside the Graham crackers so that we can make the crust of another kind of cheesecake. And this would be the Oreo cheesecake. And you don't need to wash your food processor anymore to save time, and what we'll be needing would be 4 pieces of Oreo cookies. And again, I'll just be placing everything inside the food processor.
With the Oreo are a teaspoon of butter and a teaspoon of sugar.
So I have 2 kinds of crusts in just under 2 minutes. Now that I'm done with the crusts, I can now make the cheesecake filling, and of course use your best cream cheese, and I'm using Philadelphia cream cheese. You need about a bar of cream cheese or 8 ounces of cream cheese. And again, very simple, I'm using the food processor to combine all the ingredients with the cream cheese.
These will include 2 tablespoons of confectioner sugar, half a teaspoon each of lemon and orange zest.
The beautiful thing also about using orange and lemon zest is that they really bring out the fragrance of the cheesecake, and they make your cheesecake really smell very good and very delicious.
1 egg.
Add about a teaspoon of flour. So I'm now using the food processor to combine all the ingredients. And now, we're ready to assemble the cheesecakes for baking. And I put quotation marks on the baking because we are using the microwave instead of the oven for quick and easy cooking.
Place half a cup of hot water in the microwave to keep the cheesecake moist.
After 2 minutes, the cheesecakes are just very wonderful, but they're still very hot. So I'm putting them inside the freezer so that they chill fast because I want to eat them within half an hour. In the meantime, let's do our next recipe. My next recipe is beef pumpkin pie. It's a combination of shepherd's pie and pumpkin pie. And in order to make it, we first need to prepare the vegetables. And I'm starting with 2 heads of garlic. You can manually peel the garlic, but to save time, what I also have is a garlic peeler. And very simple, what you just need to do is to put the garlic inside and roll away so that you're able to get rid of the skin. And roll away. After chopping the garlic, the next part is preparing the mirepoix. Now, don't be intimidated with mirepoix because mirepoix simply is French for a combination of onion, carrots, and celery.
Now, for the next part of the recipe, I am making the top part of the pie. And instead of using potatoes, I am using pumpkin. And what I need to do is first to put a little butter into the pan. Add half of the garlic that we chopped. And then just mix and saute. After which I add 4 cups of pumpkin. I am using a potato masher, an ever reliable potato masher, so that the pumpkin is mashed very well. And then I am also adding about half a cup of milk. Don't forget the salt and pepper. Adding about a teaspoon of salt over the shoulder for good luck. I will set this aside so that we can prepare the beef. I have another pot and I am going to drizzle this with olive oil. Adding the other half of the garlic. After which I am adding the vegetables. We'd like to soften the vegetables and that is why we are placing them ahead of the beef. And then just let this simmer for around 2 minutes. Now after simmering the vegetables, I am adding the beef already. And for the beef, I'm adding about 3/4 pound of ground beef. Just add everything. You'll be doing a saute as well. Just saute the beef until everything has browned. If you're looking for a saltier flavor, I also use soy sauce. It brings out the flavor of beef very well, just like the vegetables. And I'm putting about 1.5 tablespoons of your best soy sauce. To assemble the pie, spread the beef on the bottom of a Pyrex dish, and then simply spread the mashed pumpkin on top. You're free to decide on the thickness of the beef and pumpkin. We're now ready to put this in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes at 375 degrees. And while it's baking, I'm going to make our next and final dish. Well, the first time I made fusilli alla vodka, my friends got drunk. No, I'm just kidding. Well, you won't get drunk with this dish, but the flavors of vodka will really give you something to crave for once in a while. And first things first, I want to make sure that we have a pot here already with water, and we want the pasta, or rather the water, waiting for us and not the other way around. So now let's make the sauce. I am melting 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm adding onion, and we want to saute the onions plus the garlic for a few minutes. I'm now adding 6 strips of bacon. This is a dish that is very smoky in flavor, although it is balanced by the creaminess of the cream, which you will add shortly. I'm adding pepper. I'm now adding about a cup of sun-dried tomatoes, and I'm using sun-dried tomatoes because they're full of flavor. I'm now adding the most special ingredient for this dish, and this is vodka. I'm adding about half a cup of vodka. And don't worry, you won't get drunk because we are allowing the alcohol to evaporate, and what is left, or what would be left, would be the flavor of the vodka. Followed by a cup of cream. I'm using all-purpose cream. And make sure that all the ingredients are combined well. And for a really good taste, I am adding Edam cheese to the dish. And this is a very flavorful kind of cheese. So now adding the noodles. And just mix everything together. Some more cheese. Smells good.
Top the pasta with chopped basil. And after this, we're ready to put everything together.
I'm able to taste a subtle hint of vodka. It's not overpowering at all. And it's all balanced by the cream. So together, they form one unique and pleasurable dish. It's very homey. It's flavors of home. The pumpkin, the beef. Yum.
For dessert, cheesecake number 1 is topped with crushed Ferrero chocolates. Cheesecake number 2 is classic Oreo cheesecake.
I am most excited about this third cheesecake. I am using sliced peaches. Very simple. You can use strawberry or blueberry, of course. And what I will do is I will sprinkle it with sugar and I will use my favorite weapon or toy, the torch. My happy problem now is which cheesecake to start with. I'll go with the one with peaches. And let's see. It's delicious and it was done only within 10 minutes. Well, comfort food will not solve all of our problems, but they do give us that energy and inspiration to deal with them. So thank goodness for comfort food. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm Ralph Guzman. And remember, the best meals are just within your comfort zone. Bye!
For more recipes, visit me today at ratedralph.com.